Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I made this bubu style, and I'll be showing you how to neatly turn it over with this velvet material. So you'll be learning how to do this design, how to neatly turn it over like this. I used 4 years of Ankara fabric for this, and for the velvet I used half a yard. You can use any fabric other than velvet, all right? So I already cut out my pattern for the boo boo. Okay, I did not record that, but I'm going to just show you through or put you through how I cut it. So I have four fabrics on fold here. Okay, so I folded my fabric into four to cut my front and the back piece together. Okay, so I have a video of where I cut exactly this bubble style. I'm going to leave the link up here, okay, just in case you want to get a better understanding, but you can actually understand it like this. Okay, so keep watching. So on this area, which is my armhole area, okay, I measured 11 inches. Okay, so from my shoulder slope to that area 11 inches, then I came in by 2 inches. Okay, and then I slanted it all the way down to my hem. Okay, like I'm showing. So for the neck depth and width, for the neck width I did 3 inches for the front and the back. You know it's supposed to be the same. And then for the back neck depth I did 1 inch. Okay, this is the neck depth for the back, so I just took it away. Okay, then I placed back the front like so, and I did a neck depth of 8 inches. Okay, for the front, and it's a v-shaped neck. Okay, so I marked 8 inches downward, and then I slanted it and cut it out in a v shape. Okay, so that's basically it for the boo boo. Okay, so like I said, if you want a clearer understanding of this, I'm going to leave the link below on top, by the way, so that you're going to just watch it in details. Okay, so this is the v-neck shape. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to show you how to just turn it over with that design, to have that design on the neck. Okay, so now to the stitching. So this is the v-neck shape. Okay, this is the v-neck shape, and here is my velvet. Okay, so it's supposed to be like this in front. Okay, it's supposed to be like this in front with the shape. Okay, so I'm going to iron interfacing on my velvet. Okay, because you know how velvet can be, just to make it strong. But if you're using a stiff fabric, you don't have to do that. But I'm going to iron interfacing on it, and I'll show you how to cut out that shape. Okay, so I've iron interfacing on it. Okay, so remember I used half yards of velvet for this. Okay, so I folded it into two. Okay, so on fold it is 9 inches. Okay, so it's 18 inches when it's open, then when I folded it into two, it's 9 inches. Okay, by width. Okay, so by length is 22 inches by length. Okay, so from the shoulder down to wherever it's going to be is 22 inches. Then by length, that is on fold like this, it is 9 inches, like I'm showing you. So it's 9 inches on fold by width, and it's 22 inches by length. Okay, so you're going to cut out that shape you saw on the thumbnail. Okay, so if you look at the thumbnail very well, you can see that the curve is exactly on the bust point area. Okay, so the bust point I'm using for this piece is 11, so I marked 11 inches from my shoulder. Okay, so this is 11 inches, and on that line I'm going to come in by 2 inches to mark that curve. Okay, that would see there. So I'm going to curve it like this. Okay, and then I'm going to connect that line down, straight down to my hem, to that point, a folded point on my hem, just to get that shape. Okay, for the design. So I'm going to cut this off now. So I'm cutting off the shape now. So guys, please take our time to like this video and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And thank you. Also drop your comments or your questions. I'd love to read from you. Okay, so I've cut it out and then I'm going to show you how to neatly turn it um on your neck line. Okay, so this is what we have. This is the shape we have for the design. So like I said, if you're using a stiff fabric like an asoke, some people use asoke for this design, you don't have to iron interfacing on it, okay? So here is what we have here. So I placed my fabric, that is my Ankara, on this velvet, okay? So the back of my Ankara is facing the front of my velvet, okay? So the back of your Ankara or any fabric you're using should be facing the front of the velvet like this, okay? So I'm going to just stitch um the neckline, the V neck shape, with half of an inch all the way like this, okay? So you're just going to stitch it with half of an inch first, okay? So I'm just going to pin it all the way around so it's easier for me to hold it in place, okay? So please, it's very advisable to make use of your pins. It's just makes everything easier and okay, neat. Okay, so just going to pin it all the way very well. So I'm done pinning. I'm going to take to my sewing machine and sew it by half of an inch, like I said. So I've sewn on it, see the back, okay, by half of an inch, and now I'm going to cut that side off, okay? So the reason why I like to do this is because it's just easy, and as a beginner it makes it easier for you to just get the right thing, or okay, so that the shape of your velvet and whatever you're using to turn it and the main fabric is just going to align. It's just going to be the same, okay? So I've cut that out. I won't be needing that anymore. And here is the V shape, so neat. I'm just going to notch on my neckline, okay? Just notch on it slightly. Don't cut through your seam, so be careful, okay? Notch it all the way around so that my neckline is just going to lap and sit perfectly. You don't even have to top stitch on it if you do this, because it's going to just lay flat and nicely, okay? So I'm just going to top stitch on it, and then I'm going to turn it over to the front. So turn it over to the front, okay, and see how nicely it just stays, okay? Is I haven't ironed on this yet. I didn't even stop tick yet. In fact, I'm not going to stop stitch on it, but you can if you wish. Okay, I'm just going to iron on it, iron the wrong side, the back, because I can't iron on a velvet. Okay, so I'm just going to iron it. I didn't stop stitch, and see how neat and nicely it's looking. So if you like, you can stop stitch, it's your choice. So what I'm going to do is just to iron it properly on the back, because I can't iron on the velvet like I said. And then I'm going to just hold my shoulders by a quarter of an inch. Just hold it together with my Ankara. Just hold it in place, and then I'm going to stitch the size. Just fold in half of an inch like this, and stitch it at the edge. So while I'm folding, I'm stitching, I'll get this cuffed area. I'll do the same thing, just folding, then you stitch, folding, then you stitch. Please use your pins to do this because I'm actually going to use my pins to do that. So I'm done stitching. See how nice it looks. So nice. See how neat it's looking. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do is to turn the back. We are going to turn the back with the facing. So I'm going to be cutting the facing for the back piece. So here is the back on fold, and I folded another piece of fabric and placed underneath my main pattern. Make sure that the folded area is matching, and then I'm going to cut out this my neck shape, okay, and also my shoulder shape. So, and then I'm going to just measure, I'm going to eyeball this, okay, but the length is actually about 3 inches, so you can measure 3 inches or even 2 if you want your facing to be shorter. So it's about 3 inches. You cut it out, and here is my facing for the back. So I'm going to be using this to turn the back piece, okay. So here is what it looks like. So this is the front of the facing me. Yeah, so I'm just going to um align it with my back piece, front facing front, okay. So the front facing front, okay, and then I'm going to stitch it the neckline by 1/2 inch, and then I will turn it over, okay. Just turn it over and iron. Then for the sleeve, I'm going to be using the velvet to also turn the sleeve more like a turnover sleeve. So I ironed interfacing on the velvet as well, and I'm going to be measuring the length of my sleeve, okay. So here I've already joined my shoulders, that's the shoulder of the back and the front, okay. So I'm going to be measuring the length of my sleeve. So I have about 22 inches here, so I cut out a long strip of 22 inches by length, okay. 22 inches by length, okay. So I did 23 just in case. It's better to have more than less, okay. So the width is 4 inches, as you can see. So I'm using this to turn my sleeve just for a design. So I'm going to place the front of my velvet on the back of my sleeve, and I'm going to stitch it by 1/2 inch all the way from one side of my sleeve to the other side, and then after stitching I'll turn it over to the front of my dress. Just turn it over to the front of your dress. Sorry, my camera was misbehaving here. So I'll turn it over to the front, and then I'm going to fold in 1/2 inch and then stitch on the edge. Hope you understand. So after doing that, I will just fold my sleeve like this and sew 1 inch like this down to my hem, and I hemmed the down part, and here I was done. So simple and just beautiful. So guys, if you enjoyed this video or if it was helpful, kindly give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and please drop your comments or your questions. I'd love to read from you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.